Peace, 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 peace. Hola. ¿Qué pasa? Mi amor, mi amores, mi amigos. So during today's podcast, we're going to discuss National Dislocated Worker Grant Disaster Recovery, or DWG for the ones of you who are in on what actually happened when it happened. Okay, so during Hurricane Florence, there were certain counties within South Carolina that were granted some grant funding. Chesterfield, Darlington, Dillon, Florence, Georgetown, Horry, Marion, Marlboro, and Williamsburg. The qualifying events on September 15th, 2018, Hurricane Florence hit the shores of South Carolina, causing major damage to both residents, businesses, and roads. The storm was declared a major disaster by the Federal Emergency Management Agency under South Carolina Hurricane Florence. Proposal summary. The South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce submitted an application requesting $500,000 in disaster recovery. National Dislocated Worker Grants, DWG funding. The funding will be allowed the state to begin the creation of disaster relief employment for approximately 25 eligible individuals to assist with cleanup efforts across 9 counties affected by the hurricane. So going forward, what you guys just heard me speak on was some funding that was received in 2018. For the ones of you who have rewind, please rewind this as many times as possible as needed going forward. So there will be transparency going forward with all of our projects, because as I'm stating, everything's about community healing, community resolve, togetherness, making sure that we come together as a whole globally. So going forward, the reason why you guys see me doing live streams and actually coming from behind the scenes is you get 24 hours on the Creator's earth. If you as an individual do not take advantage of those 24 hours, you have no one to blame but yourself. When resources are given, much is required. So you guys who have watched for the past 12 months of me streaming, for you guys who've logged in for the last 3 years of me streaming, what you are actually seeing is the conclusion of a lot of networking that had happened in order for us to acquire these properties. So the postings that you see on Facebook, as stated previously, we've stopped posting on pretty much every other streaming network besides Facebook. And that's because of Mark's first name, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, we do use YouTube, and that is because after we finish certain classes, they gave us some project designs as far as ministry. You may have seen us post that on Facebook, for the ones of you who follow us on Facebook. Hopefully my camera is showing well enough that you guys can see the grandkids and family scams, the identity theft scams, the health insurance scams, and the U1 scams. That's what those paperwork, that's what that states back there in the back, just in case you guys can't see it. And next to that, that's our Granger book for actually ordering pretty much every part that we want to order. So we did speak to several organizations since 2018 in regards to the funding that was available to low to medium income families. We sent emails to certain organizations as far as, hey, we can network to go global with our idea if y'all choose to join in. So this is one thing I'll say as far as repetitiveness. Practicing the same thing, expecting a different result, has a definition. So this is what I'll say to my people who are watching this podcast today. As you can see, you can look in the background and you can see the investments that were made for Big T. I mean, all the way to the lighting systems. I apologize, you guys. I did not mean to say Big T. What I meant was to say the investment that the family made as a whole. I'm the youngest boy, the youngest son of the Coleman/Hardys. And what I'm saying is there was a big responsibility on me being the youngest still living here. As far as the healing of the earth portion. So I was told that the education is supposed to be free. So therefore, going forward, you guys will see me doing more live streams. As I've stated, we're going from YouTube to other streaming networks. If you've joined in on Facebook, you'll see that there was a post recently as far as the Cartoon Networks and where we are networking now versus what we were doing in California earlier in the year. So we've actually networked through some people from Florida, Arkansas, of course Georgia, North Carolina, New York, Tennessee, and I'm being transparent with you guys as far as the ones who are not privileged to the information about the Tennessee part of the music that you hear. Myself and DJ Smiley went to Tennessee for his cancer treatment. He has a birthday coming up, so of course I'm going to pay homage to him because the ones of you who know me know he was my best friend, and you guys that knew his job title before his path to glory and the things that happened during that situation. So with Healing Strides comes I guess you say winning streaks from circle runners is what I guess you would call it, because Tennessee recognized what I actually did for DJ Smiley, and they gave the organization an opportunity to actually come back to Nashville and do events. Now, there are certain individuals in the organization that are aware of this information, and it was part of the touring as far as branching the organization out further than the local. So going global with the purpose, there are festivals that we were able to obtain, some of them simply because we may have spent 6 weeks or a few days there. So going forward, we're basically just, I guess you would say, rehearsing failed footsteps. We're being given an opportunity at this time to basically film failed footsteps of what has happened in these communities locally and abroad. As I stated in all my live streams, podcasts, movies, shorts, all my media releases that you guys will see me on, they're not about competition, okay? Now, I have some very competitive family members. So FYI, going forward, just be prepared for that cockiness. But I'm just saying humbly, respectfully, my ultimate goal as far as part of Heart for Life, NPO, Heart Cuatro Vida, NPO, is just to let you guys know that there is housing available for the needed service. Once again, that's the electric Heart for Life sign. Let me see if I can turn some light out so you can maybe see it a little better. As you can see, it's electric. So you see the t-shirts up top and you see the electric sign below. I want to really thank the 30 YouTube followers who've joined in the last 12 months, to where you guys inspired me to want to continue wanting to give information, to where hopefully you seeing beyond the freckle face on the screen and you actually spreading the information versus what is that guy trying to do. Because if you're looking at what you're being shown, the full picture is being explained. So going forward, we will be touring certain cities globally. As I stated previously, we are not in competition. We're not trying to talk bad about anybody. And if you've tuned into the music, you'll listen and hear us, because as promoting Heart for Life, me, when I said a baby boy, I was raised not to judge people. So you guys are going to see some scenes from Defaced Values, Gems. Going forward, it's certain scenes that's going to shock some people. And it's not for the shock value, it's just more so like, dang, he survived that. when I say he, I mean we, because a lot of you guys watch what I saw my brothers go through. And when I speak on that, I mean globally, because locally they'll never understand. So with that being said, I want to say to my people, sharing is caring. You know, if you so choose to take this information as far as what you may have heard earlier in the podcast and rehearse it somewhere, that's great. But there was no key information disclosed. It was just some codes being given without too much information being said. So FYI to the 30 that's watching and the multitude that will be joining in coming. The 30 that's watching, it's okay for you guys to go ahead and tell some people about Heart for Life NPO, because by now you guys have Google mapped Heart for Life, Heart Cuatro Vida NPO, to where you can actually share what H4L is actually doing. DBA H4L is actually doing, and that's globally. So if you tuned in on Mondays, it's some vital information that we disclose on Mondays, every Monday, and you can Google it as far as a meeting every Monday. We have it on Google Meets. Anyone who wants to sit with us in regards to that meeting, we can. As I stated, when doing business, you just have to go global. So hashtag H4L. Let's understand it. Hard for life. Hashtag H4L. So going forward, there's no questions about trademarking, copyrights, and this is what I'm humbly trying to explain to my family. You guys can go ahead and start sharing this, because of the ones of you who are watching, it's okay for you to share it, because you see the actual legacy needs being displayed, all the way to the actual cameras set up. You guys recently did see me post a Samsung HVAC unit, which was basically to explain to you guys that the networking went global. Okay, so the ones of you who are actually still sitting behind the screen trying to see, well, I don't see him living a certain way. What I will say to you guys is, go back to Mr. Savage Play Me's. Once you guys go back to the Mr. Savage Play Me's, it pretty much tells the story of me being there for my daughter and the grandbabies when they need. She's grown. She won't really call on me because of how she was groomed. She'll call on me when it's, like that. When it's a problem, she know I'm here. I haven't left. You know what I'm saying? I've pretty much stuck to the path. So what I'm telling you guys is, and once again, I want to say, excuse my vocals of what's going on, but as you've listened to the music, you'll hear that I had to lend my vocals for this to be heard. So with that being said, we're gonna end this podcast, and and this is what I'll say. I've noticed how the faces in the community have changed, of the local community. I've noticed how certain entities are moving. So as this project goes forward virally, I'm not expecting any hindering forces, because what's being disclosed is supposed to be disclosed in order for vital resources to come to distressed communities globally. Once again, this is not a competition. It's about family resources that were pooled together as far as how to bring housing to much needed communities. And it goes beyond me sitting in front of the screen right now displaying the t-shirts all the way to being electrified. But if you're paying attention, it does paint a pretty good picture, especially if you're into the coding session gems of what's going on in your community. So with that being said, this is Tactical Salute, studio / record label. You guys can get ready for the next 16 that's coming. And I'm telling you, I'm praying that the ones who know me understand that I'm not doing this 16 for hurting anyone. It's more so what I've seen. So know that I'm not mad at anyone. Okay, going forward, no, the anger, my brother Ray, like I stated, he told me to put it in my words. Put my hands down, pick up that pen. So right now, what I'm explaining to you guys, the next 16 songs that's released from Hard for Life, hashtag TSRL, Tactical Salute Records label / studio, is not to disrespect anyone. It's just to basically tell South Carolina's distressed community story. Peace and love. I'm praying for everyone's mental, and the ones of you who still need a hug because of a situation that you may be going through. Just know that I got you. If you need a real tight squeeze, I got you. That's globally. Hashtag Palmetto Portman. And thank you, Samsung. Hard for Life.